I hope you're all well. So this is episode 10, month 10 of my journey to create a YouTube channel and get monetised. And I'm happy to say I finally made it. I got monetised on the 11th of March. And in this video, I'm going to share I'm going to share the results of that with you. And hopefully it'll give you some encouragement if you're starting or creating your own YouTube channel, and maybe it might just put you off completely. But let's make a start, shall we? So I finally received the email and notification that I've been monetised, which was a bit of a benchmark day. So I was thrilled about that. But before I got monetised, I noticed there was a symbol at the bottom of my book reviews that I hadn't really noticed or took much notice of before. It had been there since I reached 3,000 watch hours. So between 3,000 and 4,000 watch hours is when you just before you get monetised. And I noticed this little thanks symbol. And anyway, when I clicked on it, it's a way of people watching your videos to give you a tip. And much to my surprise, the range of tip varies from £2. I'll put the dollars up on the screen. £2 to £500. I can't imagine anybody giving a creator a tip for £500. If you know of anyone who's done that, please let me know, and let me know what the video was, because wow, all I can say is wow. Anyway, I thought, right, I'll have a go at this. So I asked my sister if she would kindly give it a go, let's test it out. So she agreed to do that. And so she gave me a tip of £2, and this is what happened. I'm going to show you what happened. So look what happened. Her tip of £2, and I received 81p. Now, I happen to know, before I sort of asked her to do this, that YouTube take 30% commission. So by that reckoning, I should have received £1.40. So I dug a little deeper, and it turned out that my sister had used her Apple phone, her iPhone, to pay me through Apple Pay. And I've seen notices round about other creators, Patreon, people who've got Patreon accounts, saying please don't pay by Apple Pay, please don't pay by Apple Pay, something about 30%. But when I dug into it, it turns out that if you are within an app, so if you're watching YouTube, you're technically within an app, and you use your iPhone or Apple Pay to pay for something, if it's like a commission-based thing, like the YouTube Super Thanks, Apple take 30% straight off the top. So that leaves, what's that, £1.40, and then YouTube will take their 30% after the £1.40 that's left. I think it's daylight robbery. I absolutely think it's daylight robbery. So something to bear in mind, both as a creator and as a viewer or a subscriber, or anything really in life, not just on YouTube. Something to bear in mind, that if you are within an app and you're using Apple to pay for goods or services, then bear in mind Apple are going to take 30% of the money that you deposit. So even if you're making a charity donation, I think it's quite shocking, actually. I don't know how they can justify it. So that was a bit of a surprise to me. But as you can see on the screen, I got monetised. So let's have a look, shall we, at how I've done over the month. And I'll share with you the figures, because it's not a lot, but I'm really, really happy and really pleased with it. So let me show you. So here we are. In the month of March, from when I got monetised on the 11th, Tuesday the 11th of March, to the end of the month, including the 30th, in revenue, I earned £18.02. Now that includes the 81p that my sister donated. Okay. The lowest amount per day, because it fluctuates depending on how many views you get per day, was 40p. And then the highest amount I got one day was £2.09. So in total for YouTube, for 20 days, that's not a whole month, I earned £18.02, including the super thanks. Probably shouldn't include that in the calculation, but it is what it is. But I worked out that the average per day is about 81p that I'm getting paid for my book reviews, which I'm really pleased with, actually. But in addition to that, I do have an Amazon affiliate account. So if you were to buy one of the books that I've recommended, and you click the links below in the description of the video of the book review, I will earn a very small commission from Amazon. So I'll share with you my Amazon earnings for March as well. So here you go. For the whole of March, I earned $15.59. So, I mean, that's not bad, is it? $15.51 just for somebody clicking on a link. But I'll show you what they bought. So this is what they bought, and you can see it's books, cut paper pictures, watercolour your way. These are two recent ones actually, which I'll talk about in a moment. And then all these are books. And then here, where is it here? Oh yes, somebody bought some vitamins, and then somebody bought a pen. But the majority is books. So I'm never going to earn a lot of commission on books. But the thing about Amazon affiliates is that if somebody clicks your affiliate link and then they buy something else as well, you also get commission on the other products they've bought. So if, for example, somebody bought an expensive camera after looking at one of your videos or your books, you know, they bought the book and then thought, oh, I'll buy an expensive camera. Why not? Well, I'll tell you why not in a moment. But you'll get the commission on the book as well. Oh, sorry, on the camera as well. So in total, the total that I earned from YouTube and Amazon was, let's look at my figures, £30.12, or $38.77, which isn't a lot, is it? But I'm a very small channel. I have only got 35 book reviews on there. So I've always said it's like a snowball thing. You know, and it'll grow. So there's a thing, there's sort of a thing that people who have creators on YouTube have, and it's called chasing the algorithm. So you're always trying to optimize everything, put out the best video to sort of get the best, you know, the best views, the highest number of views, etc., etc. Chasing the algorithm. And I had quite a puzzling response to the book reviews that I put out, one in particular this month. So I posted 3 book reviews. I posted 3 book reviews this month, in addition to episode 9. One was Cut Paper Pictures by Clover Robin. The other was Vibrant Oils by Hayley Jo Summers. And the other was Watercolour Your Way by Sarah Cray. Now, Cut Paper Pictures is about collage, Clover Robin. So I didn't know what to expect by posting that book because, you know, I am doing art and craft books. I know I've mainly done art books up to now, but I've got loads of craft books and I will be sharing those. So I thought, oh, it is art, it's collage, and she's a very well-known and excellent artist, illustrated loads of books. So I was interested to see what response I got. And I'll just share that with you now. So I've taken it, in order to treat these 3 books equally, or as equally as I can, I've taken the first 7 days from when I've published them to when I've looked at the statistics to try and get a balanced view. So Clover Robin, Cut Paper Pictures, in the first 7 days there were 551 views, 41 watch hours. I gained I gained 6 subscribers and it brought in 89 pence in revenue. So I was pleased with that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, collage, although I am hoping to change people's perception of it, because it's far more than just cut and stick, and there's some amazing artists out there doing wonderful collage work. Clover is one of them, but there's many more. So I then uploaded, I thought, I haven't done an oil painting book for a while, so I uploaded Haiti Jo Summers Vibrant Oils. And Haiti Jo Summers is an exceptional artist. She's vice president of the Royal Institute of Oil Painters in the UK. She's very prolific. She's well known in America, and her book is excellent. This book is excellent, and so I had high hopes for this book, but it didn't do very well at all, and it actually tanked really. So I published it, and obviously initial flurry of people looking because they may have got a notification, but it just went down and down and down. 221 views, 3.4 watch hour, 13.4 watch hours, and I lost 2 subscribers. So, and I only earned 55 pence. I mean, ignore the money. It was the loss of subscribers that puzzled me, because the book is, honestly, it's excellent, and a lot of the techniques and skills that Haiti Jo talks about are transferable to other mediums. So I was a bit taken by surprise. Anyway, I thought, okay, so my next book was Watercolour Your Way by Sarah Cray. So Sarah Cray is on YouTube. She has a very successful YouTube channel called Let's Make Art. She has 1,200 videos on there, and she's got 222,000 subscribers. So I would have expected Sarah's book to, to fly really. And it did okay. It did about the same as the collage book. Similar number of watch hours, and I gained 4 subscribers. But I earned a little bit more money in revenue. So that was interesting. So putting the 3 together, so you can compare the graphs. You can see that the collage book and the watercolour book had a similar profile, if you look. But the oil painting one didn't, which surprised me, because Haiti Jo is such a wonderful artist. But that got me thinking, you see, because as I announced in last month 9, in my episode 9, I plan to retire at the end of April, and once I've retired, I should put more time into my YouTube channel. I'll be able to, and I want to create some tutorials. And I was wondering, what should I do? What subject shall I do? What medium shall I use? It just made me think, do I create tutorials that I enjoy, or do I create what's popular? Because I've been down this path before. I think I mentioned it in one of my other episodes. When I used to design and manufacture wedding gowns, I ended up creating gowns that the market was dictating, not that I wanted to create, if you see what I mean. I didn't like a lot of the dresses I made. Personally, I didn't like the fashion, but I had to satisfy the demand. And it took all the joy out of it for me. But I suppose it's different, isn't it? Because I was relying on that business for a living, whereas my YouTube channel, although I started it with a view of getting monetised to top up my state pension, it's actually become more than that. It's actually become a community of people that like art books and are interested in art. And some of the books that I've shared are out of print, but people have still said thank you for sharing them, and for letting them know about these artists. So, yeah, so the money, what the conclusion I've come to, I'm waffling, I'm sorry about waffling, one day I won't waffle, but the conclusion I've come to is I want YouTube channel not to be a chore, to be a pleasure, to be something that I enjoy doing, and I want to keep enjoying doing it. I don't want to spoil it. So I've made the decision, I'm not going to chase the YouTube algorithm. I'm going to do what I feel like doing. And when I start my tutorials, I'm not going to do loads and loads. I shall still do the book reviews, try and do one a week, which I should be able to achieve when I retire, topped up by a couple of book reviews. I'm not an artist, I'm an amateur, but I am a teacher. I'm a qualified teacher, and for over 25 years I taught, well, didn't for all that time, but I've taught adults and I've also taught teenage children. I know how to teach, and there's a saying in education, the best way to learn something is to teach it. So that's what I'll do. So I'm going to revisit my book reviews, and I'm going to take some of the tutorials and do the tutorials from the book, and let's see how we get on. But I shall do what I feel like doing, not what I think is going to do really well on YouTube and earn me shed loads of money, because that's clearly not going to happen. Art, you don't get a lot of revenue for art channels. It's not one of the highest paying ones. Finance, health, that type of thing, you can get paid a lot more. Technology is another one. But my art books, you know, art book reviews, is like a niche within a niche, or a niche within a niche if you're American. So yeah, so my primary sort of focus is pleasure, in, you know, enjoyment, getting pleasure out of art, and that's what I'm going to do. So what else did I do this month? Well, I invested in a new camera. So everything up to now has been filmed on my Galaxy Android phone, and it's been perfectly fine. But sometimes there's been struggles. I won't repeat them, but there's been times when things don't quite line up properly, and it frustrates me, and I don't quite know why. I can't see what I'm filming. You know, I've tried all sorts, putting rulers round the frame, you know, keeping the book within the rulers, and what else have I done? I've tried all sorts anyway. So all the, like a lot of the creators on YouTube, they recommend this camera called Sony ZV-1. In the UK we say Z, but I know in America people say Z, don't they? Anyway, Sony ZV-1. And I ummed and ahed, and they kept going on about the quality, etc, etc. And I thought, right, if I'm going to take YouTube seriously, and the thing is, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, you know. I like to try and make things the best I can, and it is quite of a clat, setting up the phone every time and making sure it's charged up and all. Anyway, so I thought, right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to buy this camera, and I did buy it. And what gave me the kick really to go and buy it was in a previous job life, I used to build websites, and I still have, please don't ask me to build your website because I'm just not going to do it. I'm not interested anymore. But I do have quite a few clients that are still host their sites with me. Anyway, one of them, they've got a really big website. It's a zoo actually, and they wanted me to do quite a bit of work to it, which will pay for the camera. So that's the only reason I went for it, and I'm so pleased I did. It has been a game changer. The Sony ZV-1 has got a Zeiss lens, which are the best lenses in the world, and why my glasses cost so much money, because I have to have Zeiss lenses, otherwise I can't see at them. But it has been a game changer. I mean, the quality of the video when I film the book reviews, you can tell the difference. I'd be interested actually if you have a look. So I filmed Watercolour Your Way by Sarah Cray on the new camera, and then if you go back to one of my older book reviews, and which I filmed on my phone, and let me know what you think. I mean, you might not notice any discernible difference. I suppose it depends what you're watching it on, but in the past I've had to do all sorts of editing to the videos to get the colour correct and all that sort of thing, whereas the Sony camera just nailed it straight off. It was clear, crisp, and the light was right, the colours were true, so I was delighted with it. However, this is the second time I've recorded this vlog, because when I recorded it on the Sony camera, oh my god, let's put it this way, you wouldn't want to look at me, okay? Every blemish, every wrinkle, every line, it was there. And I thought how fabulous, how wonderful it would be, you know, to be able to blur the background like all the, you know, gurus do, so the background was slightly blurred. No, it's not a good idea. It really isn't. You really do not want to see me through the lens, the Zeiss lens on the Sony ZV-1. So all my like vlogs, if you like, will be filmed on my mobile phone, thank you very much, where it's got some sort of soft focus. So that was a bit annoying. But you're probably getting a better video anyway, because I've cut out an awful lot of waffle. So going forward, I won't be doing a monthly vlog, because you'll get sick and tired of me. You know, if you followed me right from the beginning, I've now reached my goal. I've got monetized, and I'm happy about that. But you don't want to listen to me blobbering on every month. But what I might do is perhaps do one after 3 months, then 6 months, and then a year, just so you give you a good picture. Another thing, one of the things I do want to do is some like artist profiles, because, or if I've got lots to share, if I've come across lots of resources that I think you might find interesting or helpful, I might just do a short, you know, a short video and put them all together. So has it been worth it? Absolutely. Maybe not financially. I didn't reach $3,000 a month like Jen from Silver and Solo, which was the initial catalyst for me starting my YouTube channel. But I've got more out of it. You know, I've got a community of lovely people that like my videos. They appreciate my book reviews, and if it's brought some joy into their life, that's enough thanks for me. And as we say in the UK, the revenue, the small bit of revenue I'm getting, is the icing on the cake, or the Brucey bonus. Brucey bonus won't mean anything to my American friends, but yeah, it's the icing on the cake really. It'll enable me, you know, to buy another book or buy some art materials, and that's good enough, you know. But it's also made me revisit my books, because I buy these books and I flick through them and I might read a bit here and there, but then I put them on the bookshelf. So being able to review these books, I've really had to read them in order to do that, and it's been wonderful, and I've been so inspired, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to get started. You know, going back to the ones I've reviewed and actually working through them properly and sharing that with you. So that's what YouTube's given me. And I've made friends. I've made friends with Diane Antone, who I've mentioned before. She reached out to me. She recommended my channel to all her subscribers. Totally unexpected. Kindness of strangers. I mean, that's a joy. Then there's a lady I've become friends with, you know, sort of acquaintances with really. We followed each other because we started at the same time. Anne Livingston. Do visit her channel. I think she's recently got monetized as well. But it's very interesting. She is a practicing artist, unlike me, who's a wannabe. But her videos are so interesting and they're so diverse. You know, it's not tutorials. It's about art practice and becoming a proper professional artist. And they're just lovely, her videos, and she's such a lovely person. So yeah, so do support new channels, you know. I mean, so that's what I've got from it. It's been great, and all the lovely comments I've got from my subscribers, honestly, it makes my day. You know, I can be having a bad day, something might be going wrong, and you know, I might look at the phone or you know, on YouTube, and I get this lovely comment, and I think, oh, you know, and it just makes you feel good, really. It's great. So what I'm going to do when I retire, I don't retire till the end of April, but what I will do, and it is on my to-do list, I will create a PDF file which will list all the sort of resources I've used, links to videos that I found helpful, and lots of tips and like the mistakes I've made, so you don't have to make them. I'm not going to sell this PDF, it's free. You can download it free from somewhere. I might put it, I'll find out where to put it, and I'll let you know where it is. I'll give you a link, post it somewhere, and you can have it. You know, it might help you if you're starting out, might help you a bit. So I shall do that, hints and tips for setting up a YouTube channel. But before I go, I want to share this with you. So I can't remember when I did, but it wasn't long ago. I reviewed a book by Ashley Jackson, who is a Yorkshire-based, UK-based watercolour artist. He's an elder, getting on a bit now. I hope he doesn't mind, Ashley, if you're watching. I hope you don't mind me saying that. But he's been an artist most of his life. Anyway, I came across this. I think it was on Instagram. So I'm just going to share this with you because it's just lovely. Let me see if I can find it. So there's a photo of the lovely Ashley Jackson, and he really is a really nice person. He's so encouraging to people who want to learn to paint watercolour. Here he is, a young man with his wife, and the photograph was taken at the time when they were expecting their first baby. But he says here, life goes by as fast as cat's eyes on the motorway. So I would advise anyone starting off today to give it your best shot. Be passionate about what you do, and others will hopefully see the honesty of your work shine through. The worst regret to me would be not to have tried rather than to have failed in trying. This is the opening of the gallery on Church Street, Barnsley. It was August 1968, and my wife Anne was expecting our first child. I realised what a risk it was, but she had faith in me. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that wonderful? And he's right. Better to have failed trying than not have tried, if you know what I mean. I was very fortunate. My parents always encouraged me to have a go. They would say, do your best, have a go, do your best. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, you can try something else. So to me, growing up as a child was it didn't matter if you failed at something. When I say failed, if you weren't very good at something, it didn't matter because, you know, you can try something else. And I'm very fortunate to have had that from both my parents. You know, I at the time, you don't appreciate things like that, do you? But when I look back, I think, wow, you know, they were, you know, that was a real gift to give me as a child. So, yeah, so it's like painting. You know, I went on an art workshop the other day. My painting's terrible. I'm ashamed to show you. I will show you. I will show you when I do a book review for the artists I went to see. I'll show you my terrible painting, and then I'll show you the one I'm going to do again. You know, yeah, it's all about learning, isn't it? I sort of see things not going well as a learning opportunity. You know, sort of a stepping stone to do better. You know, we can't pick up a violin and become the best violinist in the world straight away, can we? It takes years of practice. And it's the same with art. And the other thing about art is, what is it for? You know, is it for other people? Is it so you can get awards? Is it so you can earn a living from it? Or is it just something you want to do because it gives you pleasure? And I've got lots of paintings that you know, watercolour paintings that I just don't like. They're terrible. But I have a plan to do something with that, so they're not wasted. And again, that will be a tutorial on my when I get started after I retire. Anyway, I wanted to leave you with those encouraging words from Ashley Jackson. You know, lovely, absolutely lovely. So thank you for watching. Keep in good health. I will do another vlog, but it probably won't be in a month's time, but I will do one for you. So keep well, keep safe, and happy painting.